Hey everybody. Okay, so we're going to get started today on learning all about the Portion Fix meal plan, or the meal plan that goes along with most of our Beachbody programs. If you're doing 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, or even if you're doing 80-day obsession, you're using these containers. Now, if you are doing 80-day obsession, I want you to reach out to me personally, because your program is a little different in that we're using Portion Fix, but we're timing the nutrition to correspond and go along with that meal plan. But if you're doing PIO, or you're doing the yoga retreat, or you're doing any of Autumn Calabrese's programs or Shift Shop or anything, you are going to be using the Portion Fix meal plan. And let me tell you what, I think you're going to love it. Because for me, what it's done for me is filled in the gaps on all of those questions that I had about what I should eat or shouldn't eat. And it has given me the confidence to know that like eating this will help me get results. And I love having that structure, and I love removing any of that doubt that I've been having in the past. So let's just dive in and get started. So I'm going to go into presenter mode here. You guys, you are going to learn all about this. And I want you to first change your mindset for a hot second and start adopting this new philosophy that what you eat and what you put into your body is not a punishment. It's something awesome, because the food that you are going to eat and the approved food on the list, number one, there's a ton of it. But number two, it is totally going to heal your body from the inside out. I have a feeling some of us have some bad habits. And we are going to work over the next 3 to 4 weeks on really improving those habits so that we can turn food into something that not just we eat when we feel like it or when we're feeling emotional, but something that we eat that is going to actually fuel your body and be medicine for your body. I love this quote: "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." This is the philosophy. Like when you eat a sweet potato, when you eat an apple, when you have your hummus or your healthy fats, I want you to be like, this is good for me. This is healing my body. It has a purpose in my body. And I want you to embrace that, okay? So first of all, I want you to start making this a part of your habit. This is what over time, like guys, I didn't wake up one day and I like all of a sudden could do all of these things extremely well. In fact, there are times where I'm still not completely on this schedule, but this is a schedule that works. This is a schedule that will set you up for success for this healthy living, because I really do think that when we eat better, it's a catalyst for everything else that's positive in our life. When we eat better, we are going to actually feel better about exercising. We're going to have more energy for that workout, which when we eat better and we can work out, we're going to feel better and we're going to think more positively. And we're in turn going to turn this ship around and we're going to start living a really healthy lifestyle. But it does start with food. And so 80% of your results during this program will be on your nutrition. I want you to really own that. Because the work that you do in the kitchen and the work that you do when nobody else is watching, that is going to in turn equal the results that you are going to have. And so your weekly food prep schedule looks like this. Do your best to get to this place. This is your goal, to be able to do this. Friday, you build your meal plan for the week. That's one of the things that's on my must happen today list, is I got a meal plan for the week. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of times I just get out a notebook and I scratch it down with pencil and whatever. But I am starting to meal plan and prep for the week ahead, cleaning that out. So that allows me to make a grocery list, a good grocery list, and go shopping on Saturday. We actually use a delivery service called Instacart. So I don't even have to go to the store and I'm not tempted by everything extra. So I'll go shopping on Saturday, and then Sunday I'll do my food prep. And I'll make things like quinoa and boil eggs, and I'll bake sweet potatoes. I'll wash and chop veggies and fruit so things are ready to go. Some people even take it to the next step where they go ahead and actually make crock pot meals or roast their chickens and different things like that. So there's actually even meals that are already created. You decide what you can handle right now, gradually take these baby steps to make changes, and you decide how much prep you're going to do on Sunday. The more you do, the more successful you will be. Okay, so you decide what works best and what challenge you're willing to take this time around. Then on Wednesday or Thursday, for me and my family, I usually have to do a second shorter shopping trip. We're usually running out of fruit. we're usually running out of veggies. And so I have to go get a few more essentials. And then I do have to do a little more food prep. I might be out of my sweet potatoes. I might be out of quinoa. I might need to hard boil some more eggs. But usually on Wednesdays or Thursdays, I got to do a little bit more food prep so that I'm ready to go for the week. I usually like to pick 2, 3, or 4 dinners and off of skinnytaste.com or Fixate, and like to build my meals around that, and also plan for a couple of days of leftovers and even one day of eating out. If eating out freaks you out and that's something that you can't do, then don't do it. But I do believe that you can still go eat out, even have a glass of wine on this program, even have a little bit of bread. You just got to plan for it in your containers. You don't have to deprive yourself of the things that you love. In fact, you can still eat a chocolate chip cookie because we have Fixate chocolate chip cookies. You can still make brownies and have brownies. But you also have to know your limits and know when to not test yourself. If I make cookies, I can't just have one. I can't. So I have a hard time making cookies. And even though I can have that indulgent treat and make a Fixate chocolate chip cookie and it's fine, personally, Mama can't keep her hands out of the cookie jar. So I've chosen to not test myself and not bake as often as I used to. So that's something to think about too. Okay, so you guys, I want you to realize on this program, you're not going to eat less. In fact, I believe you're probably going to be eating more, but you're going to be eating more of the right foods. And I want you to embrace that and celebrate it. If you haven't already looked at this, you guys, when you log into Beachbody On Demand or you look at your Portion Fix booklet that you got when you got your Beachbody On Demand challenge pack with your Shakeology, you're going to find this food list under the 21-day fix program materials, or you're going to see a list like this in your Portion Fix guide. These are all of the foods you get to eat. And I want you to hear me say that you get to eat. Isn't this amazing? This is incredible. One of the things that I did right off the bat when I started this plan was I printed this list and I highlighted all the foods that my family already liked and that we already were eating. And it made me feel so good because I was like, wait a minute, I'm already eating a lot of these foods. I'm just eating way too many yellows, or I'm not eating enough of the veggies in a day, or I'm going way over on my blue containers and eating way too much avocado or too much cheese. And so I was able to see where I could easily bring in a balance. So I want to bring your attention to this so that you can print this off or download this and have it easy to find. The very first thing that you guys are going to do is that you're going to figure out your caloric level, your calorie level that you're going to be eating from. And so I'm assuming that most of you want to lose weight. And so if you want to lose weight, you're going to take your current body weight to multiply it by 11, and that's your baseline. That would be what you would eat if you want to maintain, okay? If you want to maintain your current weight, you eat your baseline. Well, we're going to be working out and we need to create a little bit of a deficit so we can lose weight. So then you're going to go on to steps B and C. So you're going to take your baseline, add by 400. That's going to be your fixed calorie burn. And that's going to be what your body needs, okay? But then you want to take away 750 calories to create that deficit so that you can be in a minus, so that you can be losing weight, okay? And so I want you to think about that. Now, what you're going to then do next is take that calorie target and you're going to decide which plan you're eating from. You guys, I have to be honest. If you do your calculation and you go into plan A, I want to talk about it, okay? Because I'm not exactly sure that's where we need to be. I think A is very low, especially if you're sticking to 1,200 calories. I eat for meal plan B or C, depending on the fitness program. I weigh 130 to 135 pounds, depending on the time of the month. And usually I'm on plan B if I want to go into a weight loss mode, and C if I want to be on maintenance mode / increasing muscle mass mode, more of a fitness results mode. And so that's what I want you guys to hear from me today. So it honestly, if you start on this meal plan and you get super, super hungry, super, super irritable, super lethargic, that's your body's way of saying it's not getting enough nutrition. So if those kinds of red flags come up, you've got to reach out to your coach, okay? But basically, you're going to see which plan you're on. Let's say you're on plan B, and you're going to see how many veggies, how many fruits, proteins, carbs, healthy fats, seasoned dressing, oils, and butters that you will be eating. That's a lot. It's a lot, and that's correct. That's what you should be eating. You guys, you don't have to count calories on this plan, Okay, what you do have to keep track of are your containers. There is a 21-day fix app that's free that allows you to track your containers digitally. So if you want to download that app, you can totally keep track of your containers there. So then the next step is to say, okay, so I get this many greens, purples, reds, yellows, etc. each day. Well, how do I divvy that out for my meals? And so this is my cheat sheet method. I love making a cheat sheet for my day to say, okay, Erin, well, if you get so many purple containers, let's try to keep this like, I don't know, like easy, right? And how many would I normally have at breakfast or lunch or dinner? What is gonna like not, like, where can I just make some small tweaks so that I'm still eating a great lunch, a great dinner, I'm still having carb at dinner because that makes me happy or not, you know, whatever you wanna do. But I recommend that you look at your containers and you divvy them out for the week. And you make a little cheat sheet for yourself to say, okay, for breakfast, I'm gonna have 2 purples, a red and a teaspoon. For a snack, I'm gonna have a purple, a yellow, and a teaspoon, etc. And so I will be uploading these to our group files section so that you have these so you can print them off or access them easily. But this is a really good strategy for making a cheat sheet. So like Shakeology and a banana and a teaspoon of almond butter is one of my favorite ways to make Shakeology. And so an entire banana, a whole banana is going to be 2 of your purple containers. You know, and for a snack, Ezekiel bread. I love Ezekiel bread. It's one of my favorites. You can get it in the organic frozen food section of a grocery store. It's a sprouted whole grain bread, which sprouted whole grain bread is better for your body to digest. It has more fiber. Your body's using it more for energy than it is going to turn into sugars. And so look, you can have toast and some peanut butter, right? And then you can even have an apple with that as well. You know, so there's a lot of things you get to eat. A recommendation for you, I'm going to go back to this food list. The foods that are at the top of the food list are like the more nutrient dense foods that if you stick to the top of your list throughout the week, you are going to probably have more weight loss than if you were to stick to the bottom of the list. Like if you had, you know, 2 small corn tortillas every single day at lunch because you're like, that's just what I love, then you guys, you know, your weight loss could maybe you may not lose as much. So if you stick to the top of the list, that's better. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. I also tend to like use the bottom of the list like for a date night or a dinner night. I'll also have a glass of wine. I will trade out yellows, you know, for those splurge nights where I'm not really splurging too much, but 1 4-ounce glass of wine would count as 1 yellow, and so does a vodka soda water. 2 vodka soda waters count as a yellow. So you guys, you can still like have fun and still get results. And so anytime you're going on a date night or have a question, you want to have a little bit of a splurge, then ask your coach because they're going to have some really good tips and like tricks up our sleeve too. Okay. All right, moving on. So one of your goals will be to kind of make your little cheat sheet, divvy out your containers so you know which container to have for which meal. You can obviously move them around on this plan, but this is good because it just gives you some structure and some consistency when you're meal planning as well. It'll make it a lot easier for you. You can have a yellow at dinner. More weight loss though, maybe have your yellows sooner in the day because your yellows are actually energy sources. And so you don't necessarily need a high energy source at night before you go to bed. So maybe more weight loss would come if you moved your yellows up earlier in the day. Just something to think about, okay? This is a sample meal plan for a week. So ultimately you would want to get to a place where you feel comfortable making this. And this is a challenge that I want you to sit down and try today or this weekend, is to actually sit down and script out, pencil out your meal plan based on the containers for next week. And this is going to set you up for success. I repeat a lot of the same meals over and over, you guys. So I will a lot of times have the same snack. I will a lot of times have the same lunches as well. On this plan that you see in front of you, you're going to see a lot of different options just to give you a lot of different ideas. But the truth of the matter is I pretty much eat the same breakfast and the same lunch and the same snacks pretty much every day because it just makes it easier for me A lot of times for lunches, I'm having leftovers from the night before as well. So when I make a dinner, I try to double it so that I have leftovers. So that always helps me too. So you don't have to have something different written down for every meal of the day. Have your toast and your apple and your peanut butter every day for a snack if that works and it sounds simple to you, and you're gonna do just fine on this meal plan, okay? All right, and so your job is to, this weekend, start building your meal plan. So there are gonna be resources in our group under the files section. I'll post some photos, different things like that. But it's your job to sit down, and it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be typed out. It doesn't have to be color coded. Legit, I most of the time just write everything out on a piece of paper. But this is your building block for success, is to actually sit down and put pen to paper, get out your book, start figuring it out and making your plan so that you are set up for success this week, you guys. I really do believe that you are going to crush this journey, and I'm so incredibly blessed and excited to be here for you. But it's time to dig in, and it's time to just figure it out and be okay with being a little uncomfortable, and be okay with maybe having a mess up here or there and not getting it perfect. Because I guarantee you on Monday, you're going to have a much better day than you did last Monday, because you have a plan in place and you are controlling the controllable. And that is whether or not you get in a workout, whether or not you eat good nutrition, and whether or not you have a plan for your day. That is something that you can control. I am so excited for this journey. Okay, now what you got to do is give me a call to action below. And what you got to do is tell me what your plan is for this weekend and getting prepared. When are you making the meal plan? When are you going to the grocery? When are you doing meal prep? That's what I want to hear from you guys today. I'll see you later.